Despite the fact that the raid was planned for months, those arrested are here illegally and are breaking the law. The liberal media cannot believe that the government is doing its job.
This was an attack specifically towards Latinos, Mexicans, Mexicanos, immigrants, and that today the federal government went after those same exact people, tearing parents away from their children.
This is real. There is an assault on the Latino community, and we have to stop mincing words of what is happening.
Here now is Tom Homan, former acting ICE director and Fox News contributor, and Alan Orr, immigration attorney and vice president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Tom, what is the mainstream media missing here?
This is an attack on the Latino community. This is law enforcement. This is a large-scale criminal investigation that deals with identity theft, tax evasion, harboring illegal aliens. This is a criminal investigation that's been being put together for months. So it has nothing to do with the timing of what happened in El Paso and Dayton. This is a criminal investigation where a lot of U.S. citizens' identification has been stolen. A lot of credits have been ruined. Employers are committing misdemeanors and felonies. So this is a criminal investigation. It's not an immigration sweep. It's a criminal investigation that are investigating employers for knowingly hiring illegal aliens and committing, fraudulent tax schemes.
Well, see, and that, I think, is what a lot of people, of course, it's not discussed in the news, Alan, that this is what the president and the administration's been doing, which is removing criminal illegal aliens from the environment of where other immigrants live, the immigrant community in general, who are victimized first by individuals who have been, there's warrants out for them, committing crimes, stealing identities. Isn't it a good idea, Alan, to remove criminals from the midst of every community, or should we condemn the immigrant community to have to live with criminals with no law enforcement involved in protecting them?
Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand how being chicken processes are exactly
the problem, isn't it?
No, the problem is actually the problem is the exacerbation of what the issue is, because most of these individuals have been here for 10 to 15 years. So it's a knowledge that even when Mr. Homan was in the government, they were at these plants. And the fact that they waited to do it, and the fact that they were unable to sort of time it appropriately shows the mismanagement of the government, because for many times there were raids that were planned, and because of weather conditions or other local conditions, the president delayed the raid. So it's really a bad communication among the government of when they went in and did these sweeps. And if the crime was just being here...
So, Alan, we should allow criminals to operate more freely and for a longer period of time because it would look better?
No, what you should actually do is focus on the criminals, the people who have already been picked up, like they did under the Obama administration. So most of the deportations that happened under the Obama administration were those that were already picked up by other local officials for actually violating a crime.
But Alan, let's talk about, in this case, these are individuals who have committed crimes.
I'm giving you a distinction. I'm giving you a distinction to understand the difference.
But no, this is not about the distinction of what happened before. Let's talk about what just happened right now.
Okay, sure.
Criminals have been removed from the community, the immigrant community, the people who are victimized first by criminal illegal aliens.
Yeah, they weren't victimized. There are no victims in this crime, so that's the first thing. So because they were working at chicken section plants.
No. See, that's the as you've just heard, Tom. Let's just try to make this clear again.
Sure.
These people weren't arrested because they were working. They were arrested because crimes were being committed within the framework, either at the company itself or by these individuals. Is that not correct?
That's not correct.
That is correct, actually.
Alan,
that is correct.
With all due respect, Alan don't know what he's talking about. This is a criminal investigation. It has to deal with identity theft and fraud. No one wants to talk. Everybody wants to talk about the illegal aliens who are here illegally in violation of law.
This is a criminal investigation.
Many of these people had a final order of removal, but they ignored the final order of removal and they stay here illegally.
So
if the immigration court, and you're an immigration lawyer, you know better. You give people due process to get order removed by an immigration judge, and you demand due process for people to get order removed by an immigration judge, but no one wants these final orders executed. They think, so we go through this whole process, spend billions of dollars, or we demand due process. They have to see a judge. Then when the judge says they got to go home, well, don't do that. You can't separate families. No one wants to talk about the victims of U.S. citizens whose credit has been destroyed, their identity has been stolen,
now,
and no one hires an illegal alien out of the goodness of their heart.
Let's make something clear, Tom.
Because they undercut their competition and they take advantage of them and pay them lower wages.
Tom, let's also be fair here. Not everyone was committing identity fraud, right?
Nobody,
not everyone. Not every. But
that's what started this investigation.
Yes, I understand that. And the focus is on arresting criminal illegal aliens. Inevitably, especially, we certainly had, I think, over 300 released the same day who went back to their families. We're looking at the certain specific dynamics that occur. But gentlemen, I'd like you to take a look at what Joe Biden had to say actually about the raid today.
There's no need to separate children from their families. There's no need to put people in cages. At the end of our administration, we found that when you say show up at such and such a date, they show up.
Well, Uncle Joe must not be checking the stats, right? According to the Center for Immigration Studies, 4 in 10 migrants skipped their court hearings at the end of the Obama administration. Alan, so the numbers don't lie. You've got people who are not returning.
And that study is not correct. So the study is for people who are informed. So you need to look at the Immigration Council study that they just recently did that updated those numbers. And further than that, those individuals who are actually represented by lawyers, that percentage actually goes almost to 90%. So it's actually that 80% really do show up when it's noticed. And as you can see today, when they said they released these 300 people, if there was a real fear that they weren't going to show up, they would not have released those individual people back into the public. And if they were really criminal aliens,
actually they do.
Victims,
actually they do, and we do. And thank you, Tom and Alan. I really appreciate you being here. Obviously, the government is doing things, and the end results actually don't end up going well, and people don't show up for their hearings. And we're going to continue to see this, and obviously continue to address it as well.